set of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw, it's Lance. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Lance finding Kittle, first down San Francisco. On first down, Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now, this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, it's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, two of the best rivalries in the NFL.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge. First down, Seattle.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's the backup Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Carson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 1st and goal at the 1. Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
23 yards the pickup there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
It's a gain of 7.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they?
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Touchdown, 49ers. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And all the way down to the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll go option to the short side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And Lance now to throw. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw again on second down, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown! George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Wilson. His throw incomplete. Dwayne Eskridge, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Smith. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And Lance again going to keep it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
Now he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. This is Carson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
On second down, it's Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 72 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trent Sherfield, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. But it's going to be second down. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On third down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And it's fielded at the 34. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Wilson wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Throwing now is Wilson. Rolling to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. 79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Quickly out wide to Eskridge. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they take a knee. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Carson will take the handoff out of the option play. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Bell. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30. One final try now for Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.